Hello, folks. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Maker's Table Live. Katie Fawkes, how are you doing on this amazing Friday?
I mean, it's Friday, and we're going to spend the next hour hanging out and crafting. So I'm fantastic.
Yeah, this
There's
is going to
nothing
be
more exciting than this for
this
me.
is going to be so much fun. First of all, we want to make a big shout out to the people who have helped make this show possible. Ozbot, they are my camera up here. You will see in a minute is from them, and you are using one as well. So which one are you using?
I'm using two.
Oh wow!
So this little guy here, and I have the tracking on. You can
Nice.
see it chasing me. That's the new Tiny 3, and then I'm using the Meet 2 as my overhead camera. Usually the Meet 2 is my main camera for all my other video work, but yeah, today it's my overhead camera, which is kind of fun.
We've already got people showing up in the comments, so I'm going to bring them up saying hello to Dina. And let me see if I can pull this up. Where did it go? Where did my comment thing go? Uh-oh. Can I just drag her in there?
Stuff.
Why isn't it there? She's really small. Let me fix that. Right, there we go. Look at this. See, we're making this live as we go. There we go. All right, and we got Matt showing up saying, hey. Very, very cool. Melanie is here too. And the amazing Zach Brown, who is seeing, she says your volume is very low.
Mine?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see what's going on. Recording. So this is what happens when you start a new show, folks. Am I just really loud? Do you think that's what the problem is?
Yeah, quiet down.
Oh, sorry. Sound levels.
Oh, 1 sec. Let me see.
Yeah, you're all. It says Zoom guests all the way up. Interview guests. I can bring you up a little bit.
How about now?
Better.
I'm yelling too. That doesn't. Better. Let me know. I'm cranked out all my places. So I'm testing out today the new. I'm sorry, just double checking it's actually working. This is the Vox camera. So this is my first time using a lavalier microphone. Look at me. I think that's what it's
you're
called.
Fancy. And so Connor Brown says,
fancy,
enough small talk. Let's go to Jeff potentially losing a finger. That's the only reason he's here. And Jim says, are you guys on YouTube? So I screwed up, Jim. I thought I had everything set up correctly early enough, but I didn't click one button. And so we can go live at about 8 o'clock tonight. The countdown timer is going, but unfortunately we decided to do it. Thank you, Lala. Says
it's Friday.
The alarm worked. Yeah. Very, very cool.
Yeah. Lala said that she set an alarm to come and hang out with us. Now we've got to do justice.
And she is a big crafter. I still have like a Christmas ornament she gave me at camp. So
yeah.
Very, very cool. And then friend Christone is saying, hey. Lauren from Lulu is here. Very, very cool. Hey. Look at all the people waving at us.
All of our friends are here.
Yeah.
Well, this is the goal of this show, at least from my end. We'll hear what Jeff's goal is, but from my end, the goal is just to get to spend time together, and hopefully all of you who like intentionally showed up, even though we're not even really ready to officially launch the show, this is a time of zen. So grab, like, even if you're not crafting with us, grab a drink, hang out, sit down,
sketch something. Yeah.
We're gonna do some analog stuff. We do so much digital stuff all the time.
So Dina says there's some noise on my side when I talk, and that's because it's hot. It is like 80 degrees in Texas right now. Can you believe it?
I'm not impressed, Jeff. The fact that it's 80 degrees in Texas. It's not 80 degrees here.
And so my air conditioner's going. That's why you hear it. So unfortunately, that's going to go until I got a new system hopefully coming later next week. So we will see. But we're going to go to the carving cam and the crocheting. Right. We got to come up with a new cool, like the CNC cam or something.
The CNC cam.
Yeah. So,
but then the CNC machine is its own thing, right? So that might be.
So this is our kind of layout. Let us know. Listen, we are wanting to make this all about you guys, and so if you see something like, hey, I like it when it's bigger, I don't like Jeff's face on it, all that stuff, let us know. We'll try to make this about you. But I'm going to go ahead and So I don't know if you can see here. That is a scar.
You got to say what you're carving today.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's not. No live injuries.
Yeah. Well, that's what Connor's hoping for. So these are my go-to. This one isn't antiqued yet. I usually antique these kind of ornaments, kind of like that, but I couldn't find one. So the cool thing about these are I don't have to really cut out a pattern on a skill saw or anything like that. I can just kind of whittle by the fire or outside or on the table or whatever. So they're really fun. So these are the penguins that I make. I give away a lot of these. So we're going to be carving that today. And tell us what we're crocheting today, Katie Fawkes.
Well, we are doing granny squares, and you had asked before we jumped on the show what a granny square is. They are these little guys here. I've made a bunch of them. So I'm gonna get vulnerable for a second and say that last year's project. Every year I try to have a project, like a crafting project for the year. So last year's project was to do a granny square blanket where each square represented visually one of the books that I had read.
Ooh,
and I finished it, but I didn't do end weaving. So if you see like these little strands coming off of it, I just cut them. And I guess you're not supposed to do that. So my blanket all completely fell apart. So this year's project is take 2 of the granny square blanket project. So I'm redoing and making a bunch of these, which are fun. But what I really want to get to do are these skulls.
That's cool.
So this is a granny square skull edition. So that's my goal. But for today, I'm keeping it simple because I don't know how well I'll be able to chat and crochet. So we'll see what happens. But but for all of you who are like, wow, Katie's really good at this. Nope. Katie just pushes through. I'm like, well, I'll have to do that over again, and that's okay.
So Chris Stone asked, what's my my kind of process for so just a minute. For some reason this is not coming up. I don't know where my anyway, I don't know where the comment went. The antiquing that I use, Chris Stone, is there's a wash that I put on. I kind of dilute this paint down, and we'll do it because we'll have to do a whole painting session because I kind of carve and then like hold stuff up because painting to me is not the funnest part of it, but you kind of have to do it. So when we get to that, it's like a antique wash that I do. I water it down and then I paint it over, then wipe it away, and you can kind of see here how it kind of gets in the cracks, and it kind of gives you some definition when I antique stuff. So that's why I kind of like to do that. So a couple other things I've carved that show the antique. So this is a bear that I've done. I need to paint, and this is what he looks like finished. So kind of this. So is
you
kind
need
of
to be quite a good painter to get that going.
A lot of the carvers, they have like minions that they'll have send them off to paint with. So one of the things I was going to say, safety tip, like see this here, that's like 11 stitches because one time I was carving and went through my glove. I mean, it was gross. Like stuff was sticking out. And so I had the wrong type of glove on. So you always want to have a glass cutting glove, like that. Either the glass cutters
I
wear.
do stained glass. You have to have the gloves.
Or the fishmongers. Yeah. Now they make like a chainmail one, but the problem with that is it dulls your knife down a lot. So I don't ever do that. But and then this is a thumb guard for guys who don't know carving. I always wear this as well. Some people tape it up. I'm gonna go to the bigger view here. Some people tape it up, and I just kind of use this one because it's easy. And then I sharpen.
I'm gonna throw this down on my lap. Oh, now it's on the floor. Well, there we go.
This thing is like a crayon. It's like a little compound that I'll put on this little one here. I have a bigger strop that I use, but what you're doing is you're taking away a little bit of the metal when you're sharpening it, and so I just kind of do this a couple times just to get going. So how many granny squares can you get out a day? Like how long does it take?
Oh my gosh, they don't take all that long. So I'm at the first, so there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 sides to it. So I'm doing the middle part here. But yeah, I could do, if I was paying more attention, I could probably do 2 an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 an hour.
So I wanted to show kind of the progression on this. So it's really cool. Like I can just lay it down here, and then what I do is I just go through with the pencil, and I just kind of mark like here, 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 and here, wherever I'm going to have a cut that I need to do. And so it makes it really easy that I don't have to do a pattern or anything. So, and these are the various kind of stages that you do them in. So here we go. Let's see how rusty I am from doing this.
Do you have to I feel like if I was doing that, I would have to have like, do you have to have a reference point or a picture? Like, how do you keep tabs on the design of it
Well, since
all? Like,
I have done so many of these.
You've done so many.
And so it's just like, it doesn't matter. Now, when I do some
Yeah.
other ones like the bear or something like that, that's when I will actually, I'll rough it out on like a bandsaw, and then I have a
Okay.
picture a lot of times I use. So the cool thing is I got a 3D printer, and I'm wanting to make my own and then use that as a pattern. So it's really cool. I'll show you guys this because you'll get a kick out of it. Katie's already seen this, but I have a new multicolored printer, and so I'm able to print stuff out like this, which is just, this one came out really, really well. So I want to
really
design
did.
my own like characters and then kind of carve them out. But that's kind of the plan. That's what I told my wife why I wanted to get a 3D printer. I use that as an
Work.
excuse. So yeah, it's for work.
3D printers just show up randomly at my house, and what happens in our house is that they show up because they're broken and they need to be fixed. So it's like well, I got this for free because I'm just gonna fix it up.
Well, don't
like, okay.
Ken and Glenn have a whole bunch of them, don't they?
Yeah,
Just in there?
yeah. Ken has he runs a kids coding school, a nonprofit.
Right.
And so the Code and Circuit has a number of different printers, which we have access to, which is nice. But we
Right.
have probably three printers in the house, only one here that works well. The other two that are
Yeah.
in repair mode. But
Okay.
but they do make for fun. Oh,
So how do you do you like make a ball and start like how do you start a granny square? Because I have no idea.
all right, well, I will start fresh. Here we go. All right, so if I have let's see how well I can actually visualize this on camera. If you have your ball of yarn, you're going to get the end of it, and you make what's called a slip knot. This is where I'm like terrible at teaching people stuff, but you make kind of like a little circle,
Yeah.
and then you're going to pull through. So it's a little, let's see if I can see that there. It's a little slip knot that your hook goes through,
Mm-hmm.
and then you tighten it. And then you do what's called a chain. So this is where the counting comes in. So you're going to do 6. So you kind of grab it and you pull it through.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Is there a little rhyme you tell yourself?
6. No, I just have to count. Usually my daughter's talking to me and I'm like, shh, shh, I'm trying to count. Don't
Right.
talk to me. And then it makes this kind of like, it almost looks like a little braid. But so these are all chains. So you have 6 chains in a row and they're little V's. So depending on the
Okay.
color of the yarn,
That's cool.
closer, you can see the little V's. So then you're going to stick your hook through the first V that's here at the end. And then you take the yarn around and you pull it through. So then we have a little loop.
Okay.
And then you're crocheting into the loop. So it's the cool thing about granny squares is that it's a really easy pattern to memorize because it's 6 to start, and then you're just doing groups of 3. So it's like I'm crocheting 3, and then 3, and then 3, like to build the pattern that goes around.
Right.
So once you understand like the basic stitches and the flow of it, you can do it while you watch TV, which is my favorite.
Yeah, that's
thing.
what I was wondering. I was going to ask, like, because because you kind of want to pay attention to what you're doing when you have sharp objects in the hand. So I like listening to podcasts. Like I'll sit outside and do that.
Yep. Yeah.
Because you kind of make
And then
a mess a little
this
bit.
part, Jeff, this is the best part. This is where you screw things up and you're like, oh shoot. You do what's called frogging, which is you just pull it
that's fun.
all out.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun.
Goes back to the beginning. I'm very good at frogging because I screw it up all the time. So
So
that's
Dina asked what printer, and so
ooh, yeah.
it's the H2C. I got it. I know it's. I went from the A1 Mini, the bamboo A1 Mini, because I fell in love with it and I could do some, but I wanted it to be bigger. I want to make like a Mandalorian
Bigger and
mask
better.
for my daughter. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
So it's fun. And we have a question. Mommy Guide says, Katie, I normally get confused
Lala.
when I count first chain. Is what she says.
Yeah, I do too. And when I made blankets, like just using single crochet and double crochet, like some of the basic crochet
Right.
stitches. And those I feel like were a little bit harder to watch TV because
Right.
I had convinced myself that I was fine because I was just like, okay, well, you just get to the end and then you turn around and just go to the other end. So like it didn't feel like I needed to count. But then I would drop stitches without realizing. And so my blankets ended up hilariously wonky. Like it would be like short in one part and then like way longer in the other part. So I learned a lot in that process. That was my 1 year project was to do a weather blanket.
Yeah,
So
that was so
each
cool. Yeah,
row
yeah.
was a different color, which was really fun. Um, so no, it's like anything else, right? It's like live streaming. It's like the more practice
Right.
you put into it, the more you're like, oh well, that didn't work. I have to try this again, or I have
Exactly.
to try a different option.
So
But you need the building blocks.
I would love to know for the people who are watching, like, what do they like? What do they do for creative? Like, we're carving and
Yeah. What do you
crocheting.
do?
Like, what is like cooking? Is it like beadwork? I mean, I found out my friend Paul he did some beadwork and he like had made his own costume for dancing in the powwows and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't
Yeah.
know he did that. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like hopefully everyone has some kind of outlet, creative outlet. Writing. I know we have a lot of friends that are super into fountain pens and
Oh yeah.
writing, notebooks, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the like tactile thing you do that just helps you to decompress a bit?
Yeah. I think everybody needs something.
Definitely.
Just realized
See, in my head, I'm like three, three, three,
So do
three,
you ever think you'll
three.
get to a point where you're not counting?
Um, no, I don't think. I mean, I did buy a bunch of. Do I have one here? Let me see if I have one. I did buy a bunch of no, I don't. Little counters. So like they make little rings and pins and different or just things that's in your desk that where you can basically click it every time you finish a stitch.
Mm-hmm.
But um but I don't know. I feel like this pattern I have down enough that
Right.
I know if I've screwed it up, I'm kind of like, okay, well, I can go back, I can frog out a
Right.
couple a couple of rounds and go back if I was distracted or I wasn't paying good enough attention.
So this is so Zach says this is so cathartic. Well, good. See, you need to get something
Yes, that's the goal.
and do it along with us. So one of the things I'm kind of out of practice because that's why I kind of started with the penguins again because I kind of have them memorized, kind of like you were saying about the granny squares. But one of the things that I
Yeah.
forgot to do, usually I have a mixture of half rubbing alcohol and half water, that little spray on it. Because this is basswood, because I don't think we ever said what it was. And
No,
it's
yeah.
really
Bass?
basswood. Yeah, it's
I've
kind
never
of
heard of
it's
that one
like
before. Okay.
it's like balsa. It's really light, kind of like balsa wood, but it's dense, and
Okay.
it paints really well. It cuts really easy, but the end grain can get really hard when you're doing it. So if
Okay.
you spray that on it, it kind of softens it, and it just makes when you're carving end grain a little bit easier, because that's where things can kind of slip on you. I do. So Zach, oh no, Connor says, please tell me you have a tiny vacuum to clean up all those shavings on the desk. I do. I have a little broom and a little shop vac. That's why I don't do it much in the house. They have these really cool things where you can like have a little, you're kind of carving in a box, and so it's really easy to clean up afterwards. I thought about doing that.
Oh,
Kind of like those things where
good idea.
where you you ever seen the beard trimmers where you have like a thing and you stick it to the mirror and it holds it so you can
Yeah,
it's
it
like
makes
that
the
kind
bowl.
of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
but for carving.
that's awesome.
So Dina says jewelry and journaling and jewelry making for me. Hubby 3D prints. Ooh, a pressa. Those are good. And create stickers for his off-roading trips. That's cool. Very cool.
Ooh, that's a fun idea. Do you have a sticker maker or are you? I've seen those before. Those are neat.
Yeah, those are cool. So my daughter-in-law has gotten into making handmade leather journals and selling them like on Etsy and stuff. They're really gorgeous. She made them for
Oh,
the
wow,
girls
that's awesome.
for Christmas, and like she's super talented. But yeah, that journaling is
So
really,
she
really cool.
bounding the books together,
Yeah,
like
and
doing
she like
bookbinding?
puts little
Oh, that's
sheets
neat.
in it. Yeah, it's really she's doing really well over on Instagram. I'll have to put a link in somewhere for her stuff. It's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that would be cool. I'm such a sucker for all that stuff.
I
I'm
know.
like, every time I see an Instagram product come up that's even remotely crafty, I'm like, oh,
Well, I think
I need
too
that.
that I think people are wanting to get more into this with all the social stuff. So
Yeah,
Dina
well,
says
that's why
it's a
we
lean
wanted
sticker
to do
printer.
this.
Die cuts the
Okay,
shapes.
I haven't
Okay.
heard of lean before. Oh, that's neat. So die cuts them. Oh, that's really cool. I like that.
S-
Yeah, I mean, I'm so crocheting I like because I can take it with me easily anywhere.
Right.
The other hobbies and crafts that I do are bigger and harder. Like I really like stained glass, but that is a process. Like
That's really cool though.
it requires it requires you to have like a bunch of safety and
Do you do
like
like the old
obviously.
fashioned with like the lead around the outside and stuff? Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So I have all that done in the basement, but I don't do it as often. And then I like scrapbooking
Yeah.
and like paper crafts, but that again, like you kind of have to lay out a really big space. And so it's a you have to have a bit of a defined space or willing to kind of have stuff out for a bit. Whereas crochet, like when I'm done this, I can just literally throw this all into a bag and it's fine. Like I can just grab it whenever I
Hmm.
want to. I can bring it with me if I'm traveling. It's just a little bit easier from that perspective. I
Yeah.
can bring it to the pool with me in the summer.
That's cool. They don't like it when you take sharp knives on a plane. You have to put it in your check bag, which is a pain. So
I know,
if I
yeah.
want to go
See, like
somewhere and
a hook
carve.
is a little less scary.
Yeah.
Like
Can
you
you
need
take those on?
scissors though.
Can
Like
you can you take them
you can
in?
take a hook,
Okay.
but not I've never tried to take because you technically need for like a larger project, you need a hook, you need a pair of scissors, and you need these like they're like bigger needles, embroidery needles.
Yeah.
So they're fatter. So that like
You can't take
I don't think
those?
maybe they would let me take.
Oh.
I don't know. I've never tried to take that. Usually I just have my hook and my ball of yarn, skein of yarn, whatever the
Skein.
official
Yeah.
name
I
is.
don't.
Skein.
Uh,
Ball works.
so,
Ball of yarn.
Dina, you were talking about 3D
So how
printing.
long?
I got the printer that lets me now actually cut, so I can actually cut like a sticker thing on it. It also does laser. Like I made this. You can tell
Just
this
like
is also
everything.
balsa wood, but see it. I could actually do the laser cutout of this. This is not balsa wood. This is 3 millimeter basswood, but I just think it's so much fun.
Balsa I've heard of before.
Yeah.
Balsa wood.
We used to make gliders out of that back in the day.
That is
Back in the
cool.
day.
Back in the day.
So do
So
you,
how long does
are you,
one of your carvings take?
it depends on what it is. Like I can knock off most of a penguin in an evening. I mean, that's why I have these ones that are in different stages because like I'll forget I started one and then I'm like, oh, that was at the bottom of the tool bag. I should have actually finished that. So, um, yeah, they're pretty easy.
And are there different size knives? Like, so is it like wood turning where you have to have like different knives for
yeah,
different?
and so this is actually a kind of my hand tools and V tools are like what you put the beard on a character or something. This is actually a rack for test tubes that I found on Amazon. It works really good to hold my stuff. I'm gonna probably 3D print something that I want. But like when you use those V tools, like when you're putting on the kind of the detail in the beard and stuff. This is a Helvy knife. They're really hard to find anymore. I've got a couple of them in different
Oh, it's
size.
pretty.
Yeah, it's really cool. Flex Cut is really good. I use Flex Cuts. You can find those on Amazon all the time. I've got quite a few of those. So I've just kind of, my dad and I used to go watch wood carvers at a place called Silver Dollar City. And we always
Okay.
were fascinated by them. We used to watch them for hours. And then we always never did it because we thought it was too expensive. And it's not really that expensive to do. We just
Yeah,
didn't
it
do
seems
it.
like it's a pretty easy,
Yeah. And so we
not easy,
started,
I shouldn't say easy, but like easy to get into kind of project.
yeah. And he and I started, oh my gosh, I don't know, 15 years ago kind of doing this. So it's been really fun. So
All right, I got 3 colors. Now I got to hunt down I guess I could just switch to blue. I
Like,
dropped
how
my
do
green.
you have to see, this is
It's
how
on the
much I know
floor.
about it. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
how to even start like changing colors. You have to tie it off and like start another one. Like,
Well, that's where I screwed it up. You don't have to tie it
okay,
off. So what you're supposed to do, and I feel inauthentic even saying this, but so now that you have this end, so you leave these kind of like long ends
mm-hmm.
on it. And then what you're supposed to do is get your needle that I was just showing you. In the container here. So this got like these kinds of needles, and you're supposed to basically sew, like they call it weaving. You weave back in the into the actual into these V's
Right.
along the top, so that it hides in. So if I was to just cut it, or even to do a knot and cut it, it would, after time, it would just unravel, which is what happened to my other blanket.
Okay.
So I've got to do that. But since I'm not done, I still have one more round, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I still have one more round. I can actually like crochet over it so that it's sort of like weaved in through the act of kind of crocheting around it. So it's sitting under the next row of yarn.
So
Those are none of the right words, but
is this all self-taught, or did you, like, when your mom taught you how to do it, or like how did you learn?
oh gosh, no, so my mom is one of these magical people who's like super artistic, and she can look at anything and create it out of just about anything.
Right.
So she's a cake artist by trade, but she can just like, she doesn't even look at a pattern. Like I could give her, I could be like, I like this sweater, and she could make it out of, and I am not that person. And so this poor woman has spent my entire life trying to teach me how to do things. And I'm the worst person to teach, because I get really defensive. I just want to be amazing at it. There's something about like people that I know and love teaching me that triggers me in some weird way. Like I can't,
Right.
I'm like angry that like they're better at it than I am. And I just want them to like think that I'm really good at it. So I ended up with these woobles.
Yeah, those are
these
cool.
guys here. So this is a company, and they make these like really self-contained kits for crocheting. So my best friend got me like a box of like, I don't want to say there was like 6 or 8 of them. And she was like, these are supposed to help you learn how to crochet. So like, just do these in your own time with no one watching you, and you'll learn how to crochet. And I started one and got really frustrated and put it aside. And then my husband started doing one. And because he was just like nailing it, and he's
you mad.
be good at it, it made me angry. So the level of competitiveness broke out, and so I learned how to do it. And so once it clicked for me, then the techniques you learn from doing the little stuffed animals then I realized that I could just easily learn how to follow patterns, because they're all similar steps for the most part, right? Like you're learning all these different stitches.
So if you're watching this and you want to crochet for the first time, don't crochet angry. Don't be like Katie. Don't crochet angry.
Or do crochet angry, but use it to get better.
That's right.
You could
use it to drive you, to beat your family at crafts.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason.
Dane is smart, because he never finished that Fawkes. It's still, like I ended up finishing it for him later. I'm trying to think where it was in the room, but.
Well, yeah, I actually that's what I got Abby for Christmas. Is she's a big Scooby-Doo fan. So there was a ton of woobles that, like the Mystery Machine and like Scooby Snacks and all that sort of things. So she got a bunch of those for Christmas that she really liked. So
yeah, I will say they're the best, because they have, it's kind of hard to see here, but maybe you can compare. So the pineapple, the yarn that it's made with they call it like easy peasy yarn, but it does make it way easier to actually see the stitches than this like fuzzier, softer.
I had no idea.
Yarn. Maybe you can see that. So that actually was what made a big difference when I was first learning. I really had a hard time seeing the little V's, and so they were like, put your hook through the V, and I'm like, I can't like maybe I didn't make a V properly. So that really helped, and that's kind of their claim to fame. But then, as saying, like they also do all these really cool, fun, like pop culture characters. They have like Star Trek. They have Powerpuff Girls. They have Scooby-Doo, right? Minecraft, Squid Games. Like they have all kinds of. So if you're geeky and you love a franchise, like it's worth sort of spending they're certainly more expensive than just buying.
Yeah. Well, the Harry Potter ones were really cool too.
I
saw,
Right. Yeah. So it's fun. Like it's fun to be able to, even though I know now how to do it and I have their book, so I could just buy yarn and do it myself. There's something about the idea of like it's a completed kit. It has everything you need. You just follow the steps along. Like it, I don't know. I think it's worth the spend
Yeah,
as a
I mean,
fun
and they're
treat.
not. I mean,
It's
I
my
know.
it's my treat or a gift.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
super expensive, but I mean, especially if you're starting out, I thought that would be a
Yeah.
good
Oh
thing.
yeah. Yeah, it's a good fit. You have to send photos when she has she tried it yet?
Yeah,
Has she
she
gotten
started. I
into
think
it
she
yet?
started the Mystery Machine one. I don't know if she got. I don't think she's done yet because I'm sure she would have sent me a
All right.
picture. But yeah,
My favorite thing ever is I should shout out to the Woobles fan groups. So similar to like the Ecamm fan, where we have like a community of people
right.
that are content creators and live streamers. They have like a Woobles
Oh,
fan group.
that's cool.
And my favorite part about this group is that there are people in it who just epically fail. You know how they have like cake fails where
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
the cake doesn't look anything like the picture. The people like, got the pineapple and they started making the pineapple and then they just like continued on. Like I would have ripped it out until it was perfect because I
Got
can't.
you. Yeah,
But they yeah, but they like just and they post them and they are so funny and the community is so like supportive and hilariously endearing. They're all like amazing, nailed it. Like it looks phenomenal. They like don't
that's
look anything like what they're supposed to look like.
yeah.
It's just the best. Like there's something about a supportive group of like they give advice on how
Right.
to fix it or how to make it look better next time. But I love that people are willing to make fun of themselves a little bit and are willing to put themselves out there. And I love that people don't make
Yeah,
like there's no trolling hateful comments, but
that's
it
good.
cracks me up. Those are my favorite where they just look nothing like the picture and they're like done.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's like me. That's why I never share recipe like cooking things after I cook something because I'm like, it tastes good, but it looks nothing like those photos and all recipes or Delish magazine.
Exactly.
Sorry. So
Exactly. You're getting there. Looks good.
yeah, this is the fun part. Taking away all this wood. So
You know what I should do? I'm gonna try this. I got
oh look at that.
this new like spinny dude, but I don't know if it. We'll see. Let's see if that makes it easier. Oh yeah, I have the stuff and then I never use it.
So
Story of my
what's
life.
the project that is it the weather blanket thing that you're most proud of that you've done?
Oh my gosh, that I'm most proud of.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. The weather blanket is hilarious because it's gigantic, but it's not perfect. It's like it I definitely missed dropped stitches and picked up stitches, so it's all different sizes. You can't fold it up nicely.
Yeah.
But it is huge, and I am proud that I got all the way through it. I think once the book blanket is redone, that one will be really fun. I'm trying to work my way up to sweaters, um, which I think would be really fun. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just proud that I can do it and that I'm having fun with the process. Like
Right.
I just really wanted a craft that I could bring with me, pick up, put down, like so that I wasn't just it kind of gave me permission to be lazier in the evenings. Like I was like, okay, well, it's okay for me to sit here and binge watch a
Right.
TV show because I'm also making a blanket.
That's
So
right.
it's okay.
It's okay. I'm not
Right?
wasting my
Like
time.
I
Right.
exactly. I don't know. I think that part of it is what I'm proud of. It's just that I figured out how to do it, even though I had points where it was frustrating.
Right. Yeah.
How about you? Is there a big project
So
that you
I
like?
tried to find it. I'll have to show it next time. But there's one that it was really hard because it was just a picture out of a magazine. It didn't give the side view or anything.
Oh,
But
no pattern.
it's
No
this
kind of, yeah.
it's this gnome Santa who's holding a staff and also carrying a Christmas tree, which is it was hard to do, but it
Oh,
came out better than I thought I would do. So I'll have to show that sometime. That was probably my favorite one. I mean, I've also been really lucky that I made a bunch of these penguins because I would sit outside and just they're kind of a no brainer. But somebody bought them all, like everyone in my stock,
wow.
like for $30 a piece. I'm
That
like,
is so
okay,
fun.
sure. I don't know what's wrong with you, but more than
No,
happy.
people love it. I love you and I were sharing the like a Pinterest board with
Oh
ideas,
yeah,
which I am so for. My whole like I have an entire like things to craft and
right.
board. But one of the ones that you had in there, I can't remember if you added it or I added it, was a peanut butter and jelly jars. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm. I don't think
I was
so.
like, oh, I'll have to find it. Then it must have been me or it must have been suggested by Pinterest. But they had a peanut butter and jelly carving, and they were so cute
Oh, there's so
with their little
much.
faces. They had little faces.
That's my most
They were
popular.
so fun.
I have like carving inspiration by Jeff, and I have a lot of people who follow that one, just because there's so many good ones
Oh,
out there.
awesome.
Yeah. So I really
Yeah.
like it. By the way, everyone, if you're wanting to get any of this stuff, like Katie has, boom, look at that. She's got her Amazon link. If you take a picture of that with your
I have
phone,
to say, this guy rocks. He's
Yeah.
on there.
he'll
It's
take
this spinny thing. If you
all
need
the
a spinny thing.
stuff is there. And here on, we'll just leave them both up. On my side, it's carving stuff. I actually put some books in there because a good way if you're if you're a little freaky about knives, and they do this in Boy Scouts, it's soap carving. They have soap carving tools, and you can do to kind of get the idea of like stop cuts and the different cuts you make. You know, if you want, especially like if you have kids who really want to get started and they're younger, soap carving is a great way because the tools aren't hard and you can learn a lot of the things in there. But yeah, I've got links to all that. And once again, thanks to Ozbot, the camera is also in that as well. The overhead camera, which is so cool, that allows us to do these.
I am amazed.
Awesome shot.
Like, I don't even have, obviously like in the studio when I'm at work, there's, the best possible lights and everything else. Like I have pretty like low tech stuff, but I don't even have like a ring light or anything for this one. The lighting has been pretty good.
Yeah.
The picture quality.
I've been, so I
this
actually,
is the cheaper too.
yeah, I took the Ozbot to I'm doing some consulting for a studio who's not very far from me. They bought 2 of them as soon as they saw them, like how small they were, and that they're magnetic and they can just stick on things. And so
that part is really nice.
Yeah, it's really
I was
cool.
like, oh, where do I put this guy? I'm like, oh no,
I know. If it was only
he sticks on
wireless, that would
anyway.
be cool. If it was, it's going to come someday.
Yeah.
But if they could be totally
I'm
wireless,
sure.
but
The big ones, I don't have one here at home, but in the studio we have the Tail 2 and the Tail Air, and they both function. You can run them with NDI.
yeah.
So
you can do NDI
you can
with
have them
these too.
wireless.
These little ones.
Can you?
Yeah,
Oh, there you
but I
go.
haven't
See.
tried the wireless. I don't think, can you do wireless NDI with these little ones? I don't know. I know it does NDI.
That I don't know.
I don't know.
I should know.
Doc would know.
Doc would know. All right. 3, 3, 2, 3.
Oops. So I usually kind of do to run. He's got a little fringe around his. Well, it's kind of blown out a little bit. Anyway,
Oh
I
yeah,
have to
it's not
adjust that.
focusing on the right. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see him.
So there's a little fringe around it. I kind of have to. I always forget. I'm like, oh, I should have done that like earlier.
One. Oh,
There we go. Do it on this side.
well, so there you go. So we've been at it for 38 minutes and I'm done one. So my time estimate was pretty good. Oh,
That's
wasn't
good.
that one. I lied. I'm done this one. So about one and that was half an hour with distractions. So that's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, talking
faster.
and trying to read comments and not as fast as normal. But that's not
That's
the
okay.
idea. It's chatting with
Not the
friends.
idea.
That's the whole thing.
So what fun weekend projects do you have coming up? Anything interesting?
So no, I'm go over to friends tonight and watch.
Short answer, no.
Nothing big projects. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the hockey game. Dallas Stars are playing tonight. We got some friends
Yeah.
who are we're going over to their house and
Hockey
watch.
fans.
You know, I really wasn't until my son started working for the Stars, and that's why now.
Does he really? I don't think I knew that.
Yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
works for. Well, he was working for the
That's
Stars
just fun.
Foundation because they have multiple rinks around Dallas. But now he's back at the American Airlines Center where they're at, and like he knows how to drive the Zamboni, which just cracks me up. Like, yeah, he gets to drive that, and he makes he's working with them to because he had to go get like certified on how to make arena ice and all that kind of stuff. But
Wow.
they
That's so
they're
fun.
having him maybe drive the Zam for the stars. But the thing
Zam.
is, that's what he calls it. Yeah, I'm driving the Zam today, Dad. Um, the funny thing is that they are. I had no idea. They're superstitious. Like if they're winning and
Oh
somebody
yeah.
drives a Zam, they won't switch drivers. Like, and then there's like
So
they don't
he could be
shave.
stuck on it
Yeah,
for
like if he gets in and they're winning, like he won't. He'll do it every time. So anyway, but he loves it
That's
because he gets to
hilarious.
hang out there, and the players are right down there, by him, and so he just loves it. And he's good at it, and he's kind of
Oh, that's
doing
amazing.
a bunch of different maintenance stuff, so he can. It's not all one thing, so he likes it.
Well, that
What
is
about
super
you? Any
fun. I
exciting
love.
projects?
Um, no, I mean, so we're nearing getting ready for some house renovations. Not we're working our way to like big renovations, but we're doing some small projects in the interim. So downstairs there is this, we've been calling it the bonus room, but it's like, so my house is built in the 1730s, so everything is super old. But there
Right.
is a newer room that was an extension, probably, I don't know, sometime in the 90s, probably put on. And there's really cool loft area,
Mm-hmm.
and so, which connects into this office room. And so, what I've always really, really wanted was this idea of like having a hidden door. So, like a bookcase that like
Oh
opens
yeah,
up. So, I want to do a hidden door and I
that's
want to
cool.
turn that loft area into like a mini 90s blockbuster rental store because I have all my DVDs and boxes up there. So, I want to make it into kind of like half video rental store and then half like 90s basement vibes. So I want to be able to like have a CRT TV up there, shelving, like, but be able to access it from here so that when I do my VHS Club podcast, I can kind of like go over there, grab a
Right.
movie, come back at like, I think it would just be really fun and super.
I think your husband see says Katie forgets maple syrup boiling this weekend.
Oh, Dane's on.
Yeah.
Fine, Dane. We can do maple syrup boiling. You promised me you would help me with that loft area.
Have
Just
you seen the
saying.
guy on YouTube I guess it's his house in Vegas that he has like all the doors open weird. He's got like a loft with nets and he's got a blockbuster room. I need to
Yeah,
find that link.
I've seen. Yeah, you should find it. Yeah, there's been a couple of people who have done like cool hidden blockbuster rooms or overt rooms. And there's a guy on Instagram who turned his entire basement into like a, I hate saying the word vintage in reference to the 90s, but a vintage basement where he has like the shaggy kind of carpet and like the couch that was in everyone's house in the 90s. And I'm like, oh, this is just so fun.
That's cool.
Mostly, I just want to stop. So I every week we review a different movie from the 80s and 90s, and I own all of these movies, but I'm spending money like renting them on Amazon or trying to find them on a streaming service because they're all in boxes up in the attic
Would you
like,
ever give?
loft area.
Are you the kind of person who'd give them away? Because I was the same way. I had tons of DVDs, tons of
No,
Blu-rays,
I have all of
but
them.
but
I,
do you have to have them? I mean, but because now streaming's so good, you really don't need them.
no, I hate it. I
You want
want
physical.
the Well, I want the physical. So I will say, I want the physical because I don't trust the endurance. Streaming is easier. I don't trust the streaming services, like even the ones that I quote unquote buy on
Your text,
Amazon
yeah,
and that are there digitally.
you technically
They can
don't own
take
them.
back at any time, or
Yeah,
they change like which platform it's on, and then suddenly the movie that you really wanted to watch or have is gone. And then the other thing that I've been just missing is this idea of like, and this has been like a common topic actually right these days, is that a whole bunch of especially younger parents have been buying like VCRs and
right.
VHS and turning kind of their like family, oh shoot, see I screwed that up, are turning
You're
their
talking.
family movie
Yeah,
rooms into a like an old school vintage room so that there's not this idea of like binge watching or like ending up with a whole bunch of commercials. Like there's this idea of like we're going to
right.
intentionally choose what we want to watch. We're going to put it in. It's going to be an experience, and then it's done. Versus kind of the endless. Dane will appreciate this, but like the amount of time where we're like, what do we want to watch? And then 9 hours later, we've now still not watched anything.
Right.
And we've scrolled through every streaming service. There's so much choice
Right.
that I feel like I don't know, focus, the ability to find. So yeah, so I like my stuff. And a bunch of the DVDs have the special footage on them too. I want to watch like the documentaries and the behind the scenes.
You can usually download those if you buy them too. But I mean, like I have some like Robert Rodriguez. He did a bunch of stuff where he actually had recipes on his DVDs, and he would teach you how to do filmmaking and stuff. And so I really I liked all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I still have ones I haven't got. And some of them you can't, like there's this,
you can't find.
So there's this movie that was one of my favorites. It's because I still think it's funny. It's got so much good old like physical comedy in it. It's Don Knotts and Tim Conway in a movie called Private Eyes, and you can't find it very much anywhere. You know, everybody knows them from the Apple Dumpling Gangs, but they're like Sherlock Holmes and Watson kind of things. They're trying to solve a murder. It is so funny. It is so funny. So, but you can't find it hardly ever anywhere. So I still have the DVD. I got it as a gift.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one of my favorite movies is Better Off Dead with John Cusack, and the director who did that, Savage Steve Holland, only did 2 movies. That one and another one called One Crazy Summer that has also John Cusack and Demi Moore in it, which is wild if you think about it. But that one, I remember like how long it took me to even find it on DVD. Like that was like a hunt to try to find it. Finally found it on DVD, and I'm so grateful I have it because there's like no way I'm gonna find it on any kind of streaming service. Like that's not happening. I might be able to, I guess, pay for it on Amazon and buy it, quote unquote, for my collection. But
so I want to go back to something we skipped over. I want to talk about this maple syrup boiling thing, because being in Texas, we don't do that a lot. So tell us.
Tell me more about maple syrup.
Because I like maple syrup, and I've seen it in like Little House on the Prairie. So how do you do this?
We will send some to you, Jeff, and then you'll be upset that you live where you live because it's so much better. It's so much better than the table syrup that you all have out your way. So I learned actually recently, and I grew up in Canada, so you would think I would know better, but so traditionally you tap, so you put a hole in a sugar maple tree. So there's like a specific tree that is the like maple syrup tree. But I guess you can make syrup out of any kind of tree and certainly any kind of maple tree. So we don't have any sugar maples in our backyard, but we do have Norway maples. So we're making Norwegian maple syrup, which doesn't taste all that different. It's basically the same as maple syrup. So at this time of year when it's still snowy, but it's getting warmer, the sap starts to run. And so you put a hole in the tree and there's a little tap that comes out, and you hang. There's a bunch of different ways to do it, but you can hang a bucket basically off of it, and you're collecting all the sap from the tree. And then it's this endless process of boiling it down. So you're getting rid of like all of the water, and it takes forever to get it all the way down to just the pure maple syrup, which is why it's so expensive. It's preposterously expensive because the process is so long. And finicky, because if you just set it on the stove and you boil and you walk away, inevitably it hits that one point where it's like, nope, now it's too far and it's ruined.
It burns.
It's all over. Yeah, it's kind of like an avocado. You know, when you buy an avocado and you're like, okay, it's almost ripe, and you're like, I'm just gonna set it here, and then you forget about it for a couple days, and it's like it's rotten. It's like that. The process of making maple syrup is like that. So we're gonna have to spend. Like how time boiling it.
Like from a tree, like how much do you get in that bucket? Like is it a little amount, or is it like you wake up in the morning and it's like full? Like how much?
It varies by tree. Okay. So Dane tells me, I thought we only had 5 trees, and he made fun of me yesterday because apparently we have like 15 trees that have buckets on them. He was like, obviously you don't make maple syrup. So Dane makes the maple syrup, but it varies. Like some of the buckets are full. You have to watch it. So you have to be constantly kind of filling up your giant bucket of sap, or constantly boiling down the sap into maple syrup. And it's a fun process. I like it. It takes forever, but there's something kind of fun and magical about like you get all the way to the end. As a kid, every field trip in school was to the like out to into the forest, and they would out to make maple syrup and to learn about how maple syrup was made. And in Quebec, the process is called sugaring off. So Quebec is like one of the largest maple syrup production in the world. And so you go to these like, middle of the woods, and typically you take a horse-drawn sleigh out, and they only speak French, and they show you the whole process. And then you go into this huge like building that has just rows and rows of tables and a giant fireplace. And there's someone like playing the spoons and like the fiddle. And they bring out these like huge, it's so fun. They bring out these huge family style meals where everything has maple syrup on it. So it's like eggs, bacon, baked beans, fruit, everything is covered in maple syrup. Everything is maple everything. And you just sit there like all together and eat all of the maple everything. And then as kids, they give you maple syrup, or like I think it's almost maple syrup.
And probably Ritalin,
and you go and you
sugar.
pour it. Yeah, right. Yeah, the kids are running everywhere screaming. But you pour it over the snow, and then they give you a popsicle stick, and you roll it up, and it makes this like candy. Gooey, sticky, syrupy candy, and that was always like the favorite thing.
That's in like Little House on the Prairie, because I remember that, because I was like, in Kansas we would go and we didn't have maple syrup, but we'd pour stuff out on the snow and eat the candy kind of thing, and or make snow ice cream kind of thing. But so if you're watching, what's really something fun. Local? I'm trying to think of what. So I had 4 hives. I used to make. I had a lot of honey. Yeah. And so
we've been wanting to do that.
Oh, you guys would love it. It's very soothing and relaxing. And the problem was the colony collapse.
I don't know if I can handle bees.
Colony collapse.
Colony collapse?
Yeah, that was the thing. But I had 4 hives, and it's amazing how much honey you actually got. We still have honey from all those years ago, and people still stop by asking.
Well, honey like lasts forever too.
It never goes bad.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It never goes bad. Yeah.
They found some in the pyramids that you could still edible.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so crazy. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Why is this so blown out?
We're getting there. Let's see.
Let me see. If I turn off some lights, if that would help. It's a little better.
Oh, there you go. Yep, that's better.
Getting there.
There you go. Oh yeah, nice. I see.
Yeah. I have to play with my white balance over the weekend to get it fixed. So Dane says 5 gallons of sap per week per tree ish. 40 gallons of sap to 1 gallon of syrup. But still, 1 gallon of syrup, that's a lot of syrup. Like, compared to what you buy in the store.
We go through so much syrup, Jeff. It's not even funny. Well, like, I can't even give it to friends.
Yeah.
We've gotten into this habit, which Dane is not even all that big a fan of. I'm a big breakfast person, and he's not, he could care less about breakfast. But the kids love having crepes or pancakes every weekend. So we do homemade crepes or pancakes. Fruit, Nutella, maple syrup.
Man, they're like hummingbirds at Saturdays, aren't they? Gee. Woo. Like I'm like Dane. I'm not a big. I don't eat breakfast usually. I wait till after lunchtime. But I love breakfast foods. So that's
me. It's just the weekend for me. I can't do it. Like I don't eat breakfast at all during the week. But on the weekend, I'm like, okay, wake up late, coffee, and then like make a really big breakfast, and that's like all I eat. Yeah. Like just breakfast and then like a late dinner.
Yeah. My thing is I'm a big sucker for biscuits and gravy. So we make that. Like I make that.
I do love
I make my own skillet gravy after making sausage, and so it's really good. We make that probably every week. Jody loves it. So
we'll have to trade recipes.
It's so easy.
I would love to. I would love to see people who make them all the time always say that. I've tried making biscuits. Bread in general, I just am not. I can do it, but it just never works out quite as good as everyone else's.
I have one of the best bread machines ever.
Oh, okay.
Which I got at COVID, which is
you have the wrong one.
Just the wrong thing to do. But so like I'll make a copycat clone of like Texas Texas Roadhouse rolls.
Oh yeah, theirs are good. Yeah,
they're so good.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to have a recipe roundup on one of these episodes.
Oh man, we only got
I would like to do.
We've only got 5 minutes left. This is crazy.
Yep. And then back to work, everyone. Just because we take this moment in the middle of the day.
Right. Now we got to clean up. I got to clean up all this sawdust.
Now we've got to clean up and get back to work.
So Paul Gouter just stopped by. Said, "Great new show. Thank you, Paul. you talking about breakfast? Paul and I, a couple weeks ago, were on the Disney Destiny, which is their cruise ship.
Oh, so jealous.
And he was able to get us reservations because he's cruises every other weekend, so he's got status. We ate at a place called Paulo's. That's
kind of a big deal.
That's on the thing, and oh my God, I've never had. His wife Kelly says, "Now listen, you got to try the pancakes." We're like, "Oh, pancakes?" She goes, "You don't understand." And we did, and they were like crispy on the outside and like fluffy and soft in the middle. And the blueberries, I don't know what they did, but they would pop in your mouth. They were the best pancakes ever. And like, so if you're ever on any of the Disney Cruise Line, you get into Paulo's, make sure you get the blueberry pancakes and tell them Kelly Gouder sent you, because she was the one who told us. Yeah.
A good tip is if you're trying to make pancakes like that at home, this is terrible for you. If you want to get weight as well as making really good, if you want to gain some weight, if you make them in a cast iron pan and you use real butter, lots of real butter, you get that crispy edges and then fluffy on the inside. That's how they do it. It's a Julia Child thing. More butter.
They must have used it in Paulo's. Like Paul says in the comments, he goes, "Those pancakes are life-changing. They really are. They were so good."
Yeah.
So Paul has some posts. If you go to Gouders on the Go on Facebook, he's got some posts of the things, and he shares a lot of the fun stuff that he was able to do, and even some of the stuff we were going to. And there's a spread, like we were able to go to Paulo's, and because we were as a group, the guy was like, "What do you want for dessert?" We're stuffed already, and he goes, "Never mind, I'll bring one of each." And so we had all this. It was so fun, and it was so good. I think we spent 2.5 or 3 hours there, just enjoying food, talking. It was just one of those awesome times with friends. Yeah. But speaking of awesome times with friends, this has been awesome, Katie. We'll have to do this again next week.
That's it. We will have to do it again next week, and we will have it scheduled so people can find it. Look, I got almost to the end of this one. It's a mini square. I'm going to cut it. It's a mini square.
I'll say that. And I'm getting close, so we'll I'm going to have a bunch of these done, and we'll have to have a painting session. So
I want to see how the painting goes, because it looks like, I don't know. What kind of paint is it?
I just use the craft acrylic paints, and I kind of water it down a little bit, and then just paint. I don't like, so this one's like really bright, and that's why I like to do the antiquing on stuff.
Yeah.
For like this, I just kind of like the way it gives a little bit more detail.
I do love the gnomes and like Father Christmas of it all.
Yeah,
they need the antique.
Yeah, I love Christmas stuff. And like even this one, it's antique because you can see the pattern, and then I rub it off so it has kind of that weathered look to it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
patina, is that what it's called?
I don't know. We'll say yes because I don't know. So.
Sure.
Anyway, hey, thank you, Billy. Billy Thorpe showed up, and thank you, Katie, for showing up. Thank you, our friends. Billy says, "Don't poke your eye out with that." I'll try not to. And yeah, Paul, it was a fun meal. And Zach Brown from the Zach Brown Network says, "Love the new show, friends." Thank you, Zach. This is a lot of fun. Zach. It's just cool to hang out on a Friday.
Yeah.
Not stress about stuff or try to push a message, but the message we do want to say thanks to Ozbot for our cameras. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And with that, Katie, I'll let you have the final word as I sharpen my knife.
Oh my gosh, the final word. It was just so nice to take a breath. This show is a breath of fresh air, Jeff. I'm happy to hang out.
Yes,
and get to just kind of play. Yeah. Great.
Alrighty, guys. We'll see you guys next week, same time. We will be at, I'll bring this up for you, at the Makers Table Live over on YouTube. We also have a Facebook page, but who knows when that'll work because Facebook's crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. You can follow Katie Fawkes where?
You can find me under all things ECAM, ECAMM, and you can find me at the VHSClubPod.com if you want to geek out over 80s and 90s movies.
Yes, that's a fun. I popped in late and felt really weird last night because I didn't realize how late it was, and I was like, "Hey," but it was a fun conversation.
There's no
about
latecomers welcome. You can pop in anytime.
I know, but I was like, usually, I think I said something. You're like, "Yeah, we talked about that."
You're like, no.
But it was good.
What is
the next movie you're doing? Do you know yet?
I don't know yet. We've been we just finished Indiana Jones and the Mummy, so I feel like we need to switch into something. Might go into Heathers. We've been talking about Heathers for a while, so that might be upcoming.
Okay, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Yeah. Thank you, Lauren, for saying, she goes, this was so awesome. Thank you. This will be fun. Same time next week. Thanks, everybody.